Hey guys, what's going on? It's coworker Corey again, and today I'm going to be doing a video on Beastars. And just to kind of start off the video, just want to say that I definitely did not get converted into being a furry. I know a lot of people were warning me about that, saying that you will be converted to a furry if you watch this anime. It didn't really happen. I think anyone who's just a firm no definitely won't either, but I will warn you guys, if you ever thought or looked at any furry art or anything and was just like, if that was kind of more human-like, I would definitely, you're going to be a furry after this anime. There's no doubt in my mind that you are going to just fall into a pit. Doesn't matter female, male, you'll find one. You'll find one. Getting into the actual nitty-gritty of it, first thing I'm going to say is that the main character, Legault, great, very great, well designed. I'm falling in love with him, and I'm meaning that of just his character and everything. They did it really well because he is the wolf character, for those of you guys who don't know, or couldn't tell for probably the picture that came up from it, that he's very shy and timid and wants to kind of just blend in with society, which is kind of hard in a world where predators are kind of discriminated against, which I found to be a good thing in the show. I found that not having predators be the apex of the social pyramid was kind of nice, even though that as you get along with the show you see that's a little bit more complicated than that. But at least in the school that he's in right now, predators are discriminated against and they're more of like a second-class person compared to the prey. The prey kind of rule everything. The prey make fun of the predators, and until the predators rise up in aggression, the prey just do whatever they want with them. And I think that's a really cool thing to have, instead of being predators being the main big person or the very equal, and is like the murders between predators and prey is kind of seen as you know, kind of, it's like Zootopia. If someone in the predator thing murdered the prey, it would seem kind of like an unfortunate thing, not a natural thing that happens, and this is something to be targeted as a form of prejudice against one another, and I think that's really interesting. The other thing I really like is that all the characters kind of have their own personality. Not too many of them feel like they're a copy of another or very bland. They seem very organic and unique, and I like that. In terms of like comparing it to other animes, the characters besides Legault and Haru and maybe Louise, they aren't really super outstanding, but they are enough of a unique or have enough of a personality where you don't feel like you're getting kind of cheated on by having any of the spotlight go off to different characters. And you'll see what I mean if you ever watch the show, that a lot of characters don't really get to share the spotlight, but they do get their own little piece of the limelight, and that's really nice. Going in, I just want to go straight into like some of the metrics for this, and the first thing I want to go into is the story. And the story, I give it about an 8 out of 10. The reason why I give it an 8 out of 10 is that I really don't think the story, I never read the manga, I don't know where it's going on that, I haven't done anything there, but it feels like the school is an arc. It doesn't feel like the school is all we're getting out of the anime. I feel like the manga might have gone further than the school, and you get to see him as an adult, and you get to see him out as an adult, and they're kind of setting you up for it, as well as like a lot of the different social aspects of the anime seems to kind of just be building up for something even better. And that to me gives it an 8. I'll see where it goes later. Maybe it'll become a 9, but it's not anything that's just super extravagant. You can definitely get bored in it if you're not used to kind of a slice of life, because it's not there's no quickness to it. There's no rush in the story. It's really more of a slow pace. It is a drama. It is kind of a thriller, and it is a romance, and dramas usually take a little bit longer to build what they need to have, because you need to know every character, or at least the ones they intend you to know their kind of their story, a little bit of their backstory, what they're about, where they're going, what their ideals are, so there when everything kind of hits the fan, you can kind of choose a side. Now in terms of the world building, or like the world state, amazing. I give that a 9 out of 10. It's so unique. It's so not, I wouldn't say a beautiful world, but altogether the show just makes you kind of get lost in the world. They do it kind of like how Zootopia, if you've ever seen that movie, has it, where everything's kind of unique, and the way they have all the animals act and do, as well as their environments, the way the school system's set up, the way when you see the city set up, like, it's really nice, and I'm glad that they fleshed out the world really well. That really adds to the story quite a bit. The third thing I want to get into is the soundtrack. It never stood out to me. I'll be honest, it never really stood out to me to being anything. And the reason why I say this is because I just don't remember any song in Beastars, any moment where the music seemed to really pop out for me. So I'm going to give that kind of like a 6. That's kind of hard for me to do because the rest of the show is really, really amazing. But nothing in that show for the music stand out to me. I think it's just a little bit above average because I didn't look at it and was like, oh god, this music sucks, this does not fit anything. So it's definitely good, it's just nothing to take away from. Now the last thing I want to touch is my own personal feel of the show, and I give the show, to me, I would say a 9, because I have high hopes for this, for how they're going to continue it. Like I said, I've never read the manga, so I don't know anything, just the anime. And Studio Orange did a good job animating it, and they have a good history with 3D. It is a 3D anime. I should have mentioned that earlier. It is a 3D anime, which if you're not into 3D anime, go watch Land of the Lustrous, and that show should convince you that 3D animes can look beautiful, and then go back into Beastars, because I don't think they did as good as a job as they did with Land of the Lustrous, but I think that's because they had to deal with fur and a little bit more clothing than they had to in Land of the Lustrous. But going past that, I give it a 9. I have high hopes. I think the story is going to be amazing, and to me, that kind of was what driving me to continue the show. I'm excited for the second season, and we'll see where this goes. I don't know what else to put in here. I don't really have a lot to say for Beastars because there really isn't much there, and it's a drama, so nothing really happens too much, but it's great altogether. And I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, like, subscribe, go follow my Twitch if you want to, and all links will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.